Hello everybody and welcome to a new video. Today I'm going to tell you a story about when I was 5 through 7 or 6. I don't remember what age I was, but yeah, I'll tell you. So one day, me, my dad, my mom, and my sister moved to a house in the city-ish. We lived in the country and we still do to this day. But we moved there, and it was pretty good. I mean, it was old. It had leaves. Well, it didn't have leaves. I'm just kidding. It was very old and dusty in there, and I didn't like it because I just remember looking at my old house. So beautiful, perfect. Okay, but anyways, so it had a garage, and I loved that garage, and that's where I ate dirt. My first dirt. Because little kids, when they're like 6 or 7, they always have to eat something that's not meant to be eaten. But anyways, so there was this house in front of us. This girl and her grandma lived there. The girl would visit her grandma once every week. And then there was a girl beside us. Her whole family lived in that house. Her and her brother did. But that's not the story. But anyways, there was these rabid dogs right next to my house. They were mean. Really mean. Every time we went out, they would growl at us and bark and bark and bark. One of their dogs went loose, but I'll tell that in another story. So this person had a trampoline, and they were pretty cool. And they had a garden too, I think. Yeah. I lost one of my stuffed animals there. But yeah. So, me and this little girl, every day we would play. So, we would play Barbie dolls. This is her. Her name's A. Let's call her A. We would play Barbie dolls. I think we did. I don't know because we were little. We would sit at the swing set by her house. And we would play and talk. I don't know why, but we did. We had tons of fun. But one of her cousins, I think it was her cousin, they were my friend. They were the first person I met. And they were very mean to me. That was the first bully I've ever encountered. But we're not going to talk about the bully. Bullies don't decide. They don't like me. They don't like anybody for that matter. But anyways, so we would just play and play. She's older than me. I think she was 11. I don't know. She was way older than me. But we would always play dolls together and all that. I was 5 me. I had the best little me. I can draw. But yeah, we would play and do all this stuff. But one day we had to move back into my old house. Now this old house was tall. It had a porch, and I'm living in that house right now. Yeah, it's big. But it's also in the country. It's flat. It's just flat. Yeah, that's my bitch drawing of my old house. So then my mom went to the old lady that lived there. Let's call her P. So my mom explained to P why we had to move. I don't even know why we moved in there for the first place, but we moved back to my house where I was raised in. Why did I whistle? But anyways, so then we went back there and we told her, and she's like, okay, I'm sorry that you have to move. A's gonna miss you a lot, and I'm gonna call the bully D. I don't know about D, but I'm sure that he's gonna miss you guys too. And then so A was talking with her grandfather. Let's call him G. She was like, can I go over to Jay's house? I'm just gonna call myself, or Jojo's house, please, 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 please. And he's like, she moved away, honey. And she's like on the verge of tears, I'm guessing. She's like, No, she's not. No, she didn't. I'm sure of it. I'm sure of it. And then he's like, no, no, no way. She pretty did. I'm pretty sure she did. I'm pretty sure she did. He was very nice. He gave me a whole watermelon. And if you're watching this, you were my first best friend. Like, my number one best friend. All my other best friends just turned around and backstabbed me. That's another story. But he was explaining to her why, or like telling her that I moved away. And she didn't have it. So she looked outside the door, and I'm guessing, and she saw our car was gone and everything was out. She's like, will I ever see her again? He's probably like, nah, I'm pretty sure you won't. And ever since that day, I've never seen A again. I've always wished of going back to that old town or that old neighborhood and going back and saying hi to her. I just remember I remember dreaming one day. I dreamt of going back to that old town and meeting everybody there, and I hugged them. I made tons of friends there. I've made, I can name all my friends that were there, but I don't want to give out their name. They were a big inspiration, I guess, on my life. Or they got me into drawing, and all my friends loved drawing, and they did stuff that was drawing. If I could talk to A right now, I would go back to her and I would say thank you, and I would just hug her. I would give her the biggest hug and say thank you for everything. I didn't even get to say goodbye to her. I didn't even know I was moving away until a little bit later. But that old town had a lot of bullies in it, or a few bullies in it. But where I moved back here, there's a ton of bullies, and I don't like it here. I think if I have a good chance of going back to that old town, I would just go to everybody and say thank you for everything. But yeah, about the sad stuff. Thanks for watching, and have a great day. I might make more videos. Oh yeah, and thank you guys for watching this video, and subscribe. Bye.